I personally like, just because we do know more about it, especially as Americans, we know how mountainous Afghanistan is. But the thought of wrapping your head around, you have this gigantic army, and all of a sudden you're running into these mountains, and you're like, oh, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. I'm sure there's no other mountains on the other side of these huge mountains. I'm sure it's all just downhill from there. But he has to make all these impossible choices. Something else that he has to do consistently is, oh, I was just fighting with that guy, but I'm going to leave that guy in charge while I keep going. It sounds insane, but it was also almost the only way for him to continue doing what he was doing, right? Which was, somebody that's an enemy today is now my backup tomorrow, right?
Yeah, and I think there's a way in which one of the underappreciated things that Alexander was good at that made his conquest so effective. And you have to imagine, he's got an army that, depending on the time, ranges between 30 to 50,000 people. And the Persian Empire has maybe 30 million people. So that's a tiny fraction. So one of the things he's surprisingly good at is figuring out how to cut deals and co-opt local leaders. And he does so very effectively by really giving them a high degree of trust and being willing to work with people, who, he's fighting them in battle in 1 month, and the next month they've submitted, they've given hostages, and he's like, okay, here you are, now you're governor, you're in charge again. You're under me, but you're in charge again. And I think that is, he was leaving a lot of the command structure in place. And the Persian Empire had a very sophisticated administrative system, governmental system. And so part of Alexander's brilliance is not destroying that and not trying to nation build, but using it to make his own conquest more effective.